No matter who is misgendered, it all feels the same. Like a punch in the gut, or that you don't matter or exist.
What's very interesting to me is the fact that a human being could have a beard like this and then claim that they are also a woman who can menstruate. That's the interesting thing to me.
A PSA that using they them pronouns for a binary trans person is misgendering.
How about this? I can do what I want with my life and my body like everyone claims in this day and age that I should and can be able to do. After all, it is my body, my choice, and my mouth is a part of my body, so my mouth should be able to say what it wants to say.
Yeah, don't be this guy. What are you waving at all the guys she's about to entertain once you drive away? If she actually respected you, she wouldn't be having a girls' night out. That's so tough. Bye!
Your opinion on children under the age of 18, not socially transitioning. I'm not talking about cutting your hair, changing your clothes, but medically transitioning, whether it be surgeries, hormone replacement therapy, puberty blockers. What's your opinion on that?
I think puberty blockers can save people's lives.
That's a very loaded question.
Loaded, how so?
Loaded like a baked potato, not gonna lie. I'm on spironolactone, and I'm very well aware of the side effects that has, and I'm perfectly okay with it.
What's your opinion on, because it had to do with children specifically, children attending drag shows, and are drag shows inherently sexual?
That's an interesting question. I don't think they are. I think some can be, but inherently, I don't think it is. I think it's fine for kids to be there.
Okay, and what about you?
Any sexualization of a drag show is not done by anyone from Pride.
Okay, anything else regarding drag?
I want to do drag. That'd be fun.
What I need to understand is how puberty blockers save kids' lives. Of course, they just throw out whatever and expect people to just believe it because that's how they've also been brainwashed to say the things that they say.
Joy Lynn Van Hassel. Vixia Chen.
This was definitely smart to pay thousands upon thousands of dollars or pounds to go to university. You get to your graduation and then you end up doing this. How brave and honorable of you to be living in the first world country and do this.
The little one asked me, "Mommy, what's a girl? Mommy, what's a boy? What makes somebody a girl? What makes somebody a boy?" Baby, I'm a they, them. I have no idea.
This person has kids.
I heard you didn't give Pretty Girls tickets.
We don't. Sign here.
So if Rachel Dolezal is not a black person but believes that she is a black person on the inside, what is Rachel Dolezal suffering from?
So for me personally, like I will say once again, because I don't know her story, but based on what you're telling me, I will go back to the point every time that what it sounds like is that she's costuming. That's what it is to me. If Rachel believes she's black, that's not only not my place to comment on. I don't know that girl, so it doesn't bother me. But if someone doesn't believe in what she's doing is right, if it's publicized or whatever, that's their opinion. But do I think that she has a mental disorder? My answer is, who am I to even comment on that?
Yeah,
because
like,
I'm not
I
a
think
psychologist.
let me just
I
finish.
have no idea.
Okay. I agree with you about Rachel
Yeah.
Dolezal. She is costuming.
Right.
But does she have a mental disorder?
If you are living your life as something that you are not, and you believe inside of you that you are this,
Right.
she's not hurting anybody, but she is suffering from a mental disorder.
Now,
okay,
I
and now
know
this is
somebody
where
that suffers from
things get tricky. So, you and Rachel Dolezal are actually embodying the exact same thing, right? Both of you believe.
Please don't put me in that box.
But that anybody watching this is going, this is a very valid point. Both
But I
of you
don't think it's
believe
valid.
that you are something that you are not, and you have gone through extremities to live as something that you
but
are not.
that's a
You're not,
costume.
but this is a costume, and that's my point. Everything you
is
are
not a
saying to Rachel Dolezal, you could say to yourself.
This is where we have come as a human race in the Western world because people don't want to offend people and hurt their feelings. They would rather much lie to them and not say anything because as long as it's not hurting anyone, they should be able to do what they want to do.
White people are truly so dense. So there's this woman that had a cool dog, and my dog was cool with her dog. So they like played a little bit, and then her friend like pulls up And we start talking about my dog. She's a German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois. And she's like, oh yeah, like all the dogs that protect like the president are Malinois. And then I start talking about how like trainers end up being super racist, and they are racist, and then it perpetuates a stereotype of my dog that like she doesn't fuck with black and brown people, which is the opposite. I literally told them, I was like, I trained her to not like white people. Which the woman with the dogs like laughed at because it's hilarious. But anyways, surprised though, because she was also white. But I was like, yeah, you know, the trainers are like a little bit like the trainers are racist, and she was like, towards other dogs. I was like, no, against like black and brown people. Like they train dogs to bite them and hold on to them and latch onto them. Which is a huge fucking problem. She's like, yeah, like I've never heard that before. And I was like, well, yeah, you're white, so you're probably also racist. But yeah, I don't know what it is with these people. Like just no perception. They're just like, yeah, racism doesn't exist. Shut up. It's absurd. I don't understand it.
Ha ha ha, that is so funny. You claim that dogs are being trained to hate black and brown people, and then you go ahead and train your dog to hate white people. I guess racism is okay as long as you're being racist towards white people. Before we get back into the video, I need everyone to turn on their post notifications so that you get notified whenever one of my videos come out. Like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter at YinkaThatGuy. Let us get back into the video.
I'm not going to deny trans people as women.
Can womanhood then just be appropriated? Someone can then say, I am what you are. So Dylan Mulvaney, who's a biological man who thinks he's a preteen woman, is he a woman?
I feel like I'm just not in the position to tell him he's not a woman. If he says, if they say that they are a woman, I have no, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, are you a woman? Are you a man? That's nothing to do with me, honestly.
Got it. So if I'm 30, if I said I was 12, would you acknowledge that?
Yes, I would. It's kind of like a mental illness. Like, you know how someone could be 30 and they could truly believe they're 12. Like, those people really exist. It's a mental illness.
Great point. So if somebody, you're in healthcare, came to you with, and they said, I'm anorexic, so I think I'm fat. And they said, I want liposuction. Should you give them that surgery?
Of course not, because that would be compromising their actual health.
Hold on. But you just said that we have to affirm somebody's mental illness. They want liposuction. Why shouldn't they get it? Wouldn't it make more sense to treat the person and say, you're not what you think you are, rather than affirming the lie that they think they're something else? In trans care, a 14-year-old can get their breast removed if they think they're another sex, if they think it. So the question is, when it comes to trans people, why don't we treat their brain instead of their body?
At this point, I've come to the conclusion that people like this just say what they've been taught by social media and their friends, and they don't even know what it is that they're saying. They say a whole bunch of nothing and just shout out buzzwords and buzz terms that they hear over and over again, and you see the propaganda in these very people.
I would encourage the committee to vote no on this amendment for a few reasons. Practical, financial, social, emotional. First, there are a lot of schools that are moving towards gender-neutral bathrooms, and if we add female, we might become obsolete very quickly. Second, not all students who menstruate are female. We need to make sure that all students have access to these products. There are obviously less non-female menstruating students, and therefore their usage will be much lower. And that was actually calculated into the cost of this and how much we decided to fund it. And so we do not expect that the non-female menstruating students will use these products as much as the students using female bathrooms, but it's important to have them there. And that brings me to just the social emotional reasons for that. These students who are not female, who menstruate, face a greater stigma and barrier to asking for these products, and so providing them in an easily accessible place in all student bathrooms is particularly important for those students.
And I identify as a white woman.
Jagger, look.
Did this 27-year-old man. I could tell maybe he has an apartment or some roommates, maybe he lives with his parents, but he's at that phase of life. You can't afford a woman like me. So I agree to, what can he afford? He could afford to take me to lunch. So I say, listen, I'll meet you for lunch. My son needs new summer clothes, like summer shorts. How about this? I'll meet you for lunch. You can have me for like 2 hours, and we can just, on Amazon right there, you can order my son the stuff he wants, because you need to practice providing for that child of that single mom that's at your level. So let me help you practice. And then I'm going to even coach you through how to have eyes for the woman that you're qualified to be with right now. And then I tell him, she's at a club, she's a single mom, she probably has one little kid, and these are the things that you want to look for of being able to tell the good women versus the toxic just who are just career and they're just working you for their money.
People cannot tell me that this woman is mentally stable with the nonsense that she just said. If this is a manipulation and taking advantage of someone, I don't know what is.
I just gotta ask, who's cosplaying?
Well, it looks like you are.
See, cosplaying is when you dress up as something that you aren't or someone you aren't.
Exactly.
I am a Muslim woman. I wear what a Muslim woman wears. I dress like that. So...
You really believe that?
1, I am Muslim. 2, not a fake woman.
You're a dude.
I'm a real woman.
You're a dude. You're a man.
Just as any other woman out there. I mean, we should have access to healthcare. We should have, access to our surgeries, therapists, hormones, other, gender affirming care for everybody.
Anything else?
No matter the age. Let me ask you this. How do we classify sports? We classify them between men and women.
No
not male and female.
It's the same thing.
I truly need some people to confirm for me whether this person is joking or not, because I am really confused at this point, because I'm seeing a lot of videos similar to this one. Now, if this person is joking, I stand with you because I also identify as a white woman, and I'm not joking.
So this dude thinks he can be in the women's bathroom.
This girl is a fucking racist ass white bitch. Racist ass white bitch.
I'm calling security right now.
This is just the beginning of everything. Men attacking women, men in women's sports. There's going to be more of this nonsense to come in the future.
Ariel Fodor, affectionately known as Mrs. Frazzle to her combined audience of over 1.5 million followers, is here to help gentle parent us through this election.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I am so honored to speak today. I am shaking to just be among such incredible company. We are here because, as if you were here earlier, you've heard BIPOC women have tapped us in as white women to step up, listen, and get involved this election season. This is a really important time, and we all need to use our voices and influence for the greater good. No matter who you are all influencers in some way. So tonight, I'm going to share some do's and don'ts for getting involved in politics online and navigating the toxicity that comes with it. And spoiler alert, as much as the toxicity can come from the outside, it can come from us too. So first, don't isolate yourself. We can do our best work when we're in community together like we are tonight, because the toxic feels smaller when we support each other. But don't make it about yourself. As white women, we need to use our privilege to make positive changes. If you find yourself talking over or speaking for BIPOC individuals, or God forbid, correcting them, just take a beat. And instead, we can put our listening ears on. So do learn from and amplify the voices of those who have been historically marginalized, and use the privilege you have in order to push for systemic change. As white people, we have a lot to learn and unlearn. So do check your blind spots. You are responsible for your algorithm, believe it or not.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. White liberal women are the most interesting individuals, because one minute they're also oppressed with minorities, and then the next minute they have privileges, and with their privileges they should be able to help those who are poor and in need for their help. If people don't find this insulting as to how they talk about you and how they do it very passively as if you're a dirty dog, I don't know what else I need to do to show you what these people really think of you.
Right? If you promise trans refuge, then we need to increase the number of people who are offering gender affirming care, because we already had a shortage and now more people are coming. So we have some money, hopefully we can pass, to help entice people to move from those states who also practice gender affirming care. If you live in Missouri and all your clients can no longer access care, well, if they're leaving, you might also be interested in coming with your clients, right? And going to a place where you can serve without prosecution. We want to do internship programs and fellowship programs with Children's Minnesota and other places where people can learn gender affirming care and become more. We need to increase the number of providers.
They are not being brainwashed.
I feel like a lot of boys need to start being boys though. Like when it comes to like the male roles, because a lot of like men nowadays are expecting princess treatment, and it's like, okay, well, I want that energy just as bad as you do.
I want off this planet. We all want off this planet.
Hi, my name is Meat like the balls. I'm your new classmate. I just hope you guys accept me being a furry. Ew, please, no bullying. I can't stand the bullying. Hope you guys don't mind because I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of ew. I also like to howl sometimes because my split personality is also a wolf.
Decades upon decades of absolute nonsense going on, and now we've come to 2024 and we have videos and people like this doing what he is doing, and it's apparently normal, and the people who disagree with this type of behavior are the ones who are weird.
Are you from Popeyes by any chance? Because your smile is spicier than their chicken sandwich.
No.
So go ahead and enjoy women's sports like you would any other sports, because they are sports.
Yes. Except you, Harrison Butker. We don't need you.
At all. Like ever.
I wouldn't really call it women's sports because they are allowing men to compete in women's sports and the men are dominating them in women's sports.